Ooh, I'm standing near the front. It's not bad. Fastest and slowest cars in every class in this one. Should be a fun one. This video is brought to you by GTAcars.net. Now with Dark Mode, it's the #1 place for vehicle information for GTA 5 that I own and run. From top speeds to advanced metadata, it's got everything that you need and more. Explore it all with the link in the description and pinned comment. Alright, away we go. So, there's 24 laps in this race, and there are 12 classes represented, from open wheel and supers all the way down to vans and utility. All the raceable classes are in this one. And we've got the fastest and slowest car in each of those classes all together in this class, in this special random select custom class race. Starting in the Bullet, which is still, as it was in 2013, still the slowest car in the supercars class. A good 10 seconds a lap off the pace, as it didn't used to be 10 seconds off the pace, but now that we've got much faster cars in the class. Poor old Bullet. Such a great car as well, such a nice car to drive and race with. But we've got a wide variety of cars in this one, actually. Turismo Classic I'm starting out with. As usual, it's a random select where everybody gets the same cars by the end, just in a random order. Okay, got a nice first car with the BR8, the fastest.
Oh, what a scumbag!
Open wheeler. Turismo Classic being the fastest sports classic. I had to take a little bit of creative liberty with some of the classes. If certain cars aren't available on Project Homecoming, or not necessarily best represented, but most of it is the same, and you'll be able to tell what is what. Obviously no HSW versions of these cars. This is still Sports Classics was easy because the HSW Turismo Classic is the fastest now, but the non-HSW Turismo Classic was the fastest before, so easy enough. Blister Compact, and then a lawnmower up in front. There it is. We've seen it. From the BR8 to the lawnmower. That's one hell of a come down, that one. From the probably the fastest car to the, oh, maybe not the fastest car actually. The Emirates GTR might be faster than the BR8 around here. One of the fastest to the slowest for Kete on the first 2 laps. Now we got some lawnmowers there, they all are. I wasn't initially going to add utility vehicles, but then I thought, hey, let's do it. Let's add utility. That lets us have the lawnmower. Since it is the slowest vehicle in the utility vehicles class, and it's usable in races as well. But utility vehicles is a raceable class. I had to include it. Blister Compact though, still to this day should have been in compacts rather than sports. Had the slowest sports and the slowest super. Alright, Emirates GTR, here we go. Oh, bloody hell. So, yeah, I've had both of the supercars now. The Emirates GTR is representing the fastest supercar because the weaponized Ignis doesn't exist on PC or Project Homecoming. It's only console exclusive. Obviously the HSW weaponized Ignis is the the quickest car in the class. So I thought I would go for the Emirates, which is still the quickest on, old gen and non-HSW But just to add a bit of that HSW spice to it, I went for the Emirates GTR instead. And it's put me into the lead! There's gonna be... This is the fastest a surfer's ever gone. 140-mile-an-hour surfer. Bloody hell. Damn, what a come down this is. From the Emirates GTR to the surfer. Some of these changes are absolutely hilarious. The speed difference is crazy. Surfer the slowest in the Vans class, and there's me now into second place. It's been quite a change in the top 5 positions as people are getting like, that's one of the best things about this class is that as I was making it, I realized that there's such a wide variety of lap times. Obviously the lawnmower is one extreme and the Emirates GTR is the other extreme, but even when you look at the fastest and slowest cars in each class, sometimes they're separated by like, you know, 10, 15, 20 seconds. And then some of the classes overall are just a lot quicker than others. So this race should be quite interesting. Hey, we got the fastest and slowest vans together. Same class. I imagine the people who are in the lead towards the end will be those who haven't had the lawnmower. Just by default. The lawnmower is the ultimate slowest car, obviously. Whoever gets that last will be in the lead until they get it. Alright, Brioso 300. Took the bottom spot, if you like, away from the Dilettante in the compact class. Ooh. It's always funny when they add a new slowest vehicle in the class. Like, we see it often. I mean, there's no car that is still... Oh, no, I'm wrong with that. There will be a car. There's one vehicle out of all the 12 raceable classes that is still the quickest in its class that it was in 2013. But in terms of regular classes, really, that have more than 5 raceable vehicles, the Zion kind of was the last to be defeated. So we often get new fastest cars in the class, but we don't often get new slowest cars in the class. That's why we still have the Bullet from the 2013 special. Alright, Previan. Speaking of the Zion getting dethroned in coupes, the Previan is the one that did it. After 5 years waiting for a new coupe, the Previan comes along and dethroned the, as it was then, what, 7 or 8 years of the Zion's dominance. I don't think I need to wait for that one, to be fair. He was way out of shape. I like how people giving me the finger. It's like, I'm sorry for making you drive a lap in the lawnmower, but, you know. It was a last-minute addition, to be fair, the lawnmower. The utility class in general. I wasn't going to include it. Then I thought it would make the race a little bit more interesting, because we're really not going to know who's going to win until the very end, even more so when you've got such big gaps because of the lawnmower and other very slow vehicles. Alright, Cinquemille, the fastest sedan. Oh, back into the top 5 now that Master's got his lawnmower. The Reinhardt really gave it a close run, and the Chinky Melee and the Reinhardt are very close at the top of sedans. But this one is still the number one, just lap time wise anyway. This is all based on lap time, not top speeds. And new 2024 car testing coming relatively soon, in the next month or so when this goes up. Starting with supercars as always. I hope people are gonna like it. I'm excited for it. Alright, up in a second and in the monstrosity. Chasing, oh wow. I'm in second place in the fastest off-road vehicle and I'm chasing down Locke in the slowest off-road vehicle. 22 seconds to catch. It was 25 seconds on this lap. This isn't HSW monstrosity though, so it's ironically, you know, something like the Draga would probably be quicker on Project Homecoming, but I wanted to stick strictly to the fastest vehicles on vanilla GTA lap time wise. Can I get back into the lead by the end of the lap? This is the difference between fastest and slowest in the off-roads class. Well, it's actually a much bigger difference because oh, what? I don't know where he was going there. See, this is why I struggle to win most of the time. That's a big time loss that better drivers just won't have. That was all my mistake as well. Still managed to make it work though. Into the lead, just. Alright, BR8. Yeah, I haven't had either of the open wheel cars yet actually. And I did include the fastest and the slowest open wheel cars, even though they're pretty close and they're both going to be some of the fastest cars in the entire race. Still counts. Oh, Locke got his surfer now. We're not even halfway through yet. There's already massive gaps from a lot of people getting the lawnmower. A lot of people who haven't had the lawnmower yet. Like, this is going to really come together quite nicely at the end. Hey, I got both of them together back to back. Can you believe it? From the BR8, the fastest open wheeler, into the R88, the slowest. Not even my best lap in the BR8. Yeah, I mean the Emirates GTR is an absolute monster on Project Homecoming, so I'm not surprised. Might not be as quick as the BR8, but it's still quick. It is still an open wheel car. I've still got a lot of slow cars to come though. Hey, Sadler. The only one. Oh, there's Locke with his lawnmower. The only one that's still at the top of its class from 2013. There's only been, I don't know, I was going to say one, but there's actually been two utility vehicle DLC cars. Well, two cars in the utility vehicles class. The MOC, like the actual mobile operations center thing that you can go in the back of and whatnot, that is actually in the utility vehicles class. The Phantom and the hauler that you attach to it is in commercial, but the MOC itself is in utility. Not that that was ever going to do anything. But then we had the slam truck. That's in utility as well. And that was a good 10 seconds per lap slower than the Saddler. So the Saddler still holds firm at the top of its class. Top of utility vehicles is still the best to use in utility vehicle races. Which, I mean, they only have, what, 6 vehicles that you can actually use in them, but... Alright, slam van time. Slowest vehicle in the muscle class. Gotta remember it has no brakes. Still caught me out. Always. I'm a minute ahead of second place. That's almost an entire lap. They're in a slam van too. I've got a lot of slow cars to come. This is one of those where I'm getting some quick cars out of the way and I'm going to be a sitting duck towards the end of the race. Lock again. The lawnmower is just such a time loss. I wonder where he's dropped to. 17th. I'm from the slowest vehicle in muscle to the slowest vehicle in off-road. Going to be a slow lap. I wonder if I'm trying to think, this might be the second slowest vehicle in this race. The lawnmower is obviously the slowest, but I think maybe the Surfer actually. The Surfer's a couple of seconds per lap quicker than this, if I remember right. Last lap lawnmower would be fun. Well, it would be interesting to see how far down the order I go if the lawnmower comes on the last lap. I don't think I've ever had that extreme before. I've had it where it's been quite late before I get the absolute bogey vehicle in these random selects. But I don't think I've ever had it on the absolute last. From what I can remember. I mean, we've done a lot of them. It's been a fairly clean race for me so far. Again, it's, you know, everyone gets the same cars, so it's about how well you execute all the cars. The only major mistake was the monstrosity in that corner that we've just passed. That was a bit of a pain. And that 1 minute lead that I had is just evaporated. Thanks to the Jabba. Still gonna keep the lead though, just. Patriot stretch. God, I've had a few slowest in the class in a row now. Slowest in the SUVs class. Oh, he's just got his Jabba now, so I should be able to pull away. Although I am in a pretty slow SUV. I am under no illusions. I'm in the lead, and I've been in the lead for a while, but it's only because of the car selection. I am not expecting to win this, especially after having that crash. Gets within 1 second of you, Jabba. I know, right? Unfortunate.
He's a scumbag! He's an absolute scumbag!
Big old car, the Patriot stretch. Alright, am I going to get a fastest car in the class now, or are we still going to... Yeah, we are. I think I had like 3 slowest in a row. Pajero ZX. Again, without the HSW upgrades, but... It is a monster on vanilla GTA, this. Chose the right side there, I think. Such a challenge, the Pajero ZX. It's like the Pisswasser Dominator, but turned up to 11 in terms of grip to power ratio and challenge to drive. So I've had fastest and slowest in muscle, open wheel, supers. I'm trying to think what I've ticked off. Still got utility slowest. Still got fastest sports. Slowest sports classic I've still got to get. It's so fast, that Emirates. Alright, club. Fastest compact. Oh, really? I hit him? I was miles away. I thought I'd executed that perfectly. Then the Benny lag kicked in. Through the middle. Made it work. Oh, that was nice. Instead, you executed Benny perfectly. Yeah, I know. Thankfully, it wasn't too much of a time loss. I'd be happy if I got a top 5. It's been a good race so far. I've had 2 minor issues. Alright, Astron still not getting that lawnmower. Lawnmower in second behind me now. Oh, bloody hell, that 2 wheels was nice. Yeah, so the Astron Custom is another one that isn't on like PC or... Wait, is it? No, it isn't, is it? I don't know. Either way, the Astron Custom wasn't available on Project Homecoming, so I just went with the Astron as a... You know, I mean, they're basically the same thing. But obviously the Astron Custom has the HSW upgrade, which makes it stonkingly fast and absolutely really fun to drive. Oh man, I was a full lap. That's second place. I was a lap ahead of second place. This is an interesting one, this one. I've got some slow cars in my future. There's one of them. Horst Lude, slowest coupe. This just fuels the upcoming heartbreak, I know, right? I'm gonna go back a lap ahead of second place. I am a full lap ahead of everybody else. I mean, what have I got? I've got obviously the lawnmower. We've got 5 laps left. Yeah, I've got to enjoy this before the inevitable downfall. There's the the tornado. I can't think of what else. I'm drawing a blank. Oh, I've got the gang burrito. I mean, it's a slower vehicle, but it's the fastest in the class. Oh, the Regina. Yeah, of course. There's the Tornado. Slowest in sports classics. It used to be the absolute altogether slowest, but now it's equal with the other Tornadoes, basically. Because you can upgrade the Mariachi Tornado in the Avenger if you own it on vanilla GTA. So it's the only reason that it was on its own as the slowest in the past was because you couldn't upgrade it even if you owned it, but now you can. So it's basically the same performance as all the other Tornadoes. Still people getting these lawnmowers. Still me not getting it. Lucky that wasn't worse. Alright, La Carouse, that was the one that I was missing from the list that I was figuring out earlier. The fastest sports car. Obviously this isn't the HSW version again, but I mean it's so fast, this car, on vanilla GTA, the HSW version of it. And this is the final fastest car I think I've got. The other three are all... Yeah, 3 more to go and they're all the slowest... No, the Gang Burrito. I keep forgetting about the Gang Burrito being the fastest in the vans. If I get this lawnmower on the last lap, it's going to be ridiculous. I wonder if anyone still hasn't gotten it yet. It must... Maybe... Surely Any Gaming hasn't gotten it either. You lose more than a minute. There it is. Alright, here we go. Time to see. I've got... That's the gap. Those are the gaps that I had before I got the lawnmower. It's here indeed. Now it's time to see how far down I go. I'll leave the chat on for this lap, I suppose, since it's going to be a long one. The Regina Christmas special behind, but I've still got that to come. So I've got the Regina, which is the slowest in sedans, and the Gang Burrito, which is the fastest in vans to go. Surely Any Gaming still has to have the lawnmower. Although that's a lap. That's just unlapping themselves. It's difficult to... I know that Lock and Mild have had the lawnmower. So it's 4th and 5th at least are where I'm looking at in terms of overtaking for actual position. 2nd isn't gaining. It's because it's comparing it to the La Carouse lap. It will eventually. But they were a lap down. 2nd place was a full lap down. That's why. Alright, so 3rd place is 3rd and 4th, there's Mild, so 3rd and 4th have unlapped themselves. There's fifth. That's just to unlap themselves. Man, you lose so much time. Innie Gaming now gets the Surfer. Maybe they've already had the lawnmower. Maybe I was the last to get it. Mild unlock in third and fourth, Patriot stretch and postlude. Need to avoid that there. There we go. If these get past me, then cut across. Fifth place has unlapped themselves. This is going to be really interesting towards the line. I mean, I've still got the Gang Burrito and what was it again? The Regina to go, so still two slow vehicles. Surfer's catching me up. Yeah, I'm not going to make it to the line in first. Here comes the Surfer. Alright, so that's down to third. There's the Regina. So it's RBS now in the lead. Where did RBS come from? RBS mustn't have had the lawnmower. Or maybe did, but really early on, and is now getting all the quick cars at the end. Alright, here we go. I thought I would do the Christmas special, by the way, for the Regina, since, you know, Christmas is on its way. Slowest in sedans, and I'm going to finish in the Gang Burrito, which is one of my favourite cars in the game, actually. But it's not quick, let's be honest. There goes the Astron. And we got one lap to go. What are the top two in? Patriot Stretch, Sadler, BR8, Gang Burrito, and Brioso 300. That's the top five. I must have been one of the last to get the lawnmower. I had to have been. I think I was the last. At least in the top group. It's going to be a close finish. Oh, the top three are all together in the hairpin. Locks took over the lead in the BR8. Keeping that back for the final lap was very well done. Well, not that he had a choice, but... don't think I'm going to be catching the Patriot Stretch or the Sadler up ahead. So it's all about keeping this top five. GG lock. It was actually close when you consider. Innie Gaming got the second. RBS takes third. And I'm coming in for fourth. Just. Only just. Wow. Kete came in to split me and Mild right at the end. That's crazy close in the club. Just over a second separating 4th, 5th and 6th. I was racing with Kete in the very early stages of the race and we had such divergent races and then came back again. Like with the electric vehicle race and electric toaster last time. Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy with a top 5. I'll take that. That was a fun race, that. It really, really works well, I think, when there's like big gaps between the cars. But not like, you know, we did that one time where it was only F1 cars and then it was the dozer and the lawnmower. But when there's like one super slow and about half the field are slow and half the field are fast and a gradient of speeds, like this actually worked really well. The fastest cars in each class and the slowest cars in each class all together. And it provided a really fun race. I must have been the last person to get a lawnmower. I had to have been. I didn't see anybody else in them after me. So that was a fun experience as well, going through that, the whole race, leading by so long and then being the last to get the bogey vehicle. I'm pretty happy with the top 5 though.